It had been months since I walked away from everything. No goodbye. No explanation. Not even a final glance over my shoulder. I simply disappeared. The woman I once promised my life to had broken something inside me, something I didn't even know could break. When the truth about her affair finally surfaced, I didn't yell, I didn't fight, I didn't stay. I just left. And I kept myself gone. So seeing her standing in front of me now, that was the last thing I ever expected. She tracked me down. She came searching. And despite every part of me wanting the opposite, there she was, eyes red, voice small, begging for forgiveness. But was it love she came with? Or was it just the sting of regret? The truth is, I never caught her in some dramatic moment. No shadows on the wall, no doors kicked open, no cinematic scene. It was the tiny patterns I ignored for too long. The sudden distance. The late nights. The guarded phone always face down. I convinced myself it was stress, work, anything except the obvious. Then one evening, exhausted and distracted, I picked up her phone by accident. One message. One sentence. That was all it took. It felt like someone had shoved a fist straight into my chest. I didn't need to reread it. I understood exactly what it meant. In that one breath, everything I believed about my marriage shattered. I didn't ask questions. I didn't wait for excuses. I didn't shout. I walked out the door and never returned. After that, life felt like moving through fog. Friends tried to help. Family encouraged me to get out, breathe, start again. But I wasn't ready. I felt numb, like someone had scraped out my insides and left me with nothing but echoes. I found a tiny apartment far away from the life I once had. I kept to myself. I buried myself in work. I tried to avoid anything that carried even a shadow of her memory. But the nights were brutal. The quiet made everything louder. Sometimes, despite everything, I missed her. Sometimes I wondered if she was hurting too. Then I reminded myself, she made her decision. About 6 months later, her name lit up my phone. I froze. Anger. Confusion. All tangled together. What could she possibly want now? Why reach out after I left without a word? I battled with myself for hours before answering. One part of me wanted nothing to do with her. Another part, the part one hated, needed to know why. I told her to meet me at the cafe we used to visit. Neutral ground. A place that didn't carry as many ghosts. I arrived early trying to steady myself. But when she walked through the door, I felt everything hit me at once. She looked different, tired, worn, older somehow. When her eyes found mine, they filled with emotion, regret maybe, guilt, something heavy. "Thanks for meeting me," she whispered. I said nothing. The words I had imagined for months didn't come. The pain was still sharp, still alive. "I've missed you," she said, voice trembling. "I know I hurt you. I wish I could take it back." I wanted to believe her. I really did. But the woman sitting across from me wasn't the woman I used to love. That version of her was gone. "I never intended for any of it to happen," she continued. "I thought I could juggle it, keep both worlds separate. But when you left, I realized what I lost." I stared at her, pulse heavy in my chest. Her apology wasn't enough. Regret wasn't enough. Words couldn't glue back what she shattered. "What is this?" I finally asked. "Are you here because you love me, or because you lost the stability I gave you?" She looked away, and that's when I understood everything. She didn't miss me. She missed the comfort I provided. She missed the emotional safety. She missed the version of herself she felt like when she was with me. It wasn't love pulling her back. It was the fear of losing her backup plan. I stood up, feeling clarity settle like a weight on my shoulders. "I think you should leave," I said quietly. She didn't fight. She didn't chase. She simply nodded, tears gathering in her eyes, and walked out. I stayed until she was gone. When I finally stepped outside, an unexpected calm washed over me. For the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. It doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means accepting reality. And the truth is simple. If she had truly loved me, she would have never gambled with us in the first place. So if you're out there waiting for someone who hurt you to suddenly realize your worth, stop. People don't come back because they love you. They come back because they miss the comfort you gave them. And that isn't love. It's regret.